The sky of Erythra was painted in strange shades of orange and violet as the twin suns began their slow descent. Human settlers walked through the colony's streets, still adjusting to the alien world around them. The air was slightly thicker than Earth's, carrying the faint scent of minerals and wild plants. Among the humans, one figure stood out, Captain Aidan Kane, his uniform marked with the insignia of the Colonial Exploration Corps. He moved with purpose, scanning the streets for signs of trouble, as he always did. The colony had been established only a few months ago, a delicate attempt to unite humans and Xylaris, a tall humanoid species with luminous skin and piercing eyes. The alliance was fragile. Humans were known for their courage and adaptability, while Xylaris were disciplined and mysterious. Aidan knew that any misunderstanding could spark disaster. Today was special. A ceremony was being held in the colony's central hall, a moment meant to symbolize trust between humans and Xylaris. As Aidan approached, he felt a slight tension in the air. Xylaris nobles dressed in flowing metallic robes moved gracefully among the humans. Their eyes, glowing faintly in the dim light, watched everything. And then he saw her, Lyria. She was tall and elegant, her features both delicate and commanding. Her skin shimmered like silver under the hall's lights, and her hair floated slightly as if it had a life of its own. She approached Aidan with a calm grace that made him stop for a moment. "Captain Kane," she said softly, her voice melodic. "It is an honor to meet you." "The honor is mine," Aidan replied, bowing slightly. He noticed something unusual, a faint glimmer in her eyes, almost like she was holding back a secret. He felt a strange mix of curiosity and caution. The ceremony began. Humans and Xylaris exchanged gifts and shared words of peace. But even in this celebration, Aidan felt a chill run down his spine. Reports had arrived in the past weeks about minor malfunctions in colony systems. Power surges, small accidents, unexplained errors. Nothing catastrophic yet, but enough to worry a careful captain. He scanned the room, observing each Xylaris noble, wondering if any of them had a hand in these problems. After the formal ceremony, the hall emptied gradually. Aidan remained, moving closer to Lyria. She seemed to wait for him. "You are cautious," she said quietly. "You do not trust easily." Aidan chuckled softly. "It is not lack of trust. I just want my people to be safe. Things here are complicated." She nodded, looking around to make sure no one else was nearby. "Things are more complicated than you know, Captain Kane. I have a duty here, a duty that not many can understand. Soon I will have to act and no one must see. No one can interfere." Her words were careful, almost like a whisper meant for him alone. Aidan felt a shiver. "A duty? What kind of duty?" Lyria hesitated, her eyes reflecting the twin suns outside. "Something that is vital for the safety of this colony. I cannot explain everything yet, but you will see soon. You must trust that it is for the good of all." Aidan nodded slowly. He wanted to ask more, but before he could, a sudden alert echoed through the colony's communication network. Systems in one of the outer sectors had failed. Machines powered down, lights flickered, and a faint vibration ran through the ground. "Show me," Aidan said, immediately moving toward the exit. Lyria followed silently, keeping close to him. Outside, the colony's automated vehicles and robots were in disarray. Human engineers tried to regain control, but the systems seemed to resist every command. Aidan frowned, scanning the area. "This is not a random malfunction," he muttered. Lyria's voice was calm, almost serene. "I sensed it coming," she said. "I have been preparing, but we need to act quickly." Aidan looked at her, surprised. "You? How?" "Later," she interrupted softly. "Follow me." She led him through narrow corridors toward a restricted zone, an area humans were told to avoid. The walls glowed faintly with alien symbols, and Aidan felt a strange hum in the air. He realized that the colony held secrets beyond anything humans had imagined. In a hidden chamber, Lyria stopped. Advanced Xylaris equipment filled the room, machines that pulsed with light and energy. Holographic screens displayed patterns that Aidan could not understand. "This is where I fulfill my duty," she said quietly. "No one must see this, not even your leaders. The colony's safety depends on it." Aidan stared, a mix of awe and confusion on his face. "And your duty involves what exactly?" Lyria looked at him with determination. "Protecting your people. There are dangers here that humans cannot even imagine. I have been trained to deal with them. Soon you will see why I whispered those words at the ceremony. Soon you will understand." Before Aiden could ask more, an alarm sounded again. This time it was closer, more urgent. Machines in the chamber flickered and the hum in the walls grew louder. Lyria moved to a console, her fingers dancing over alien symbols. The lights shifted, forming a protective barrier around the chamber. Aiden watched in awe. "I don't understand what you are doing, but—" "Thank you," he said. Lyria smiled faintly. "It is not thanks I need. It is cooperation. You may not see it yet, but humans and Xylaris together are stronger than either alone. That is why I chose to show you this. You are not just a visitor here, Captain Kane. You are part of what must be done." Aiden nodded, feeling a new sense of respect for her. She was more than a noblewoman or a representative. She was a guardian, working silently to protect both species. The alarm faded. The barrier stabilized. The malfunction was contained. For now, Lyria turned to him, her expression serious. "Remember what I whispered. Soon there will be a moment when no one can see us, and then my duty will need to be fulfilled. Only together can we ensure the colony survives what is coming." Aiden swallowed, realizing that their lives, and the future of the colony, were tied together in ways he could not yet imagine. He knew one thing clearly. Lyria's secret was dangerous, but it was also the key to survival. And somehow he trusted her. As they stepped out of the chamber, the twin suns dipped below the horizon. Shadows stretched across the alien landscape, and Aiden felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. The adventure and the danger had only just begun. He did not yet know what Lyria's duty entailed, but he knew one thing. Humans would rise to the challenge, as they always did. And perhaps together with Xylaris they could face even the unknown. The night on Erythra was quiet, but the colony never truly slept. Lights blinked across the settlement and machines hummed softly, maintaining life in the alien world. Yet beneath the calm, something dangerous stirred. Captain Aiden Kane walked beside Lyria, the Xylaris noblewoman who had already begun to show him glimpses of her secret mission. He followed her to a secluded part of the colony, far from the streets and the other settlers. He had questions, many of them, but he knew better than to interrupt. Her calm determination told him that patience was necessary. "This way," Lyria whispered, moving through a narrow corridor that led into a hidden research area. The walls glimmered with alien runes, and the air had a faint vibration like the pulse of energy through the planet itself. Aiden noticed the patterns in the walls were not random. They seemed to respond to Lyria's movements. "What is this place?" he asked quietly, trying not to disturb whatever delicate balance existed here. "This is where I perform my duty," Lyria replied, her voice steady. "Here I protect your people, but the danger is subtle, invisible. Humans cannot always see it, and that is why you must follow me carefully." Aiden frowned. "Invisible danger? I don't understand. What are we facing?" Lyria's eyes softened, though her focus remained sharp. "It is a parasitic species," she said. "They are clever, able to hide inside living beings. If they gained control, they could take over the colony without anyone knowing. My mission is to detect them, isolate them, and stop them before they spread." Aiden's breath caught. "Inside humans?" "Yes," she admitted. "And not only humans. Any species here could be at risk. That is why no one else can know yet. If panic spreads, it will be harder to fight them." He followed her deeper into the chamber, where machines hummed, lights pulsed, and holographic images floated in the air. Lyria moved gracefully, touching screens with fingers that glowed faintly as she activated systems. Patterns shifted, forming maps of the colony with tiny blinking points that Aiden could not identify. "Those are the signs," she explained. "Every flicker represents a potential host. I can trace them, mark them, and control the barrier around them. But I cannot do everything alone." Aiden swallowed. "Then let me help. Tell me what to do." Lyria hesitated, studying him for a moment. Finally, she nodded. "You must observe, learn. Humans are unpredictable, clever, and strong. That is why I need your help. Your actions will complement the technology, guide it, and protect those who cannot protect themselves." As they worked together, a new alarm sounded, different from the earlier one. This was subtle, almost like a whisper, but Lyria's eyes widened. "They are here," she said. "The parasites have sensed our actions. They are clever, hiding where they can. We must act quickly." Aiden's heart pounded. He had faced danger before, but this was unlike anything he had imagined. The enemy was invisible, silent, and yet deadly. "What do we do?" he asked. Lyria moved to a console, her fingers dancing over the alien symbols with speed and precision. "We use a combination of human intuition and Xylaris technology," she said. "You will guide the search teams, observe behaviors, and respond to sudden threats. I will amplify detection, strengthen defenses, and contain the infected areas." Aiden nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on him. "Understood. Let's save the colony." They split tasks quickly. Aiden coordinated human engineers and volunteers, explaining that a system drill was necessary to maintain safety. In truth, it was a careful hunt for signs of infection. Humans moved with courage and creativity, improvising solutions that even Xylaris systems could not predict. Lyria observed, adjusting technology in response, her eyes bright with concentration. Hours passed. The colony's quiet night transformed into a tense battlefield of strategy and vigilance. Every flicker of movement, every unusual behavior was noted. Aiden's team discovered minor symptoms in a few colonists: dizziness, brief lapses in memory, but nothing overt. Lyria's equipment highlighted these areas with soft pulses of light, isolating potential hosts. "It's working," Lyria whispered, almost to herself. "The containment fields are stabilizing." Aiden looked at her, admiration and awe filling his chest. "You're incredible," he said quietly. "I never realized how much depends on you." She smiled faintly. "It is not me alone. Humans are brave and quick. That is why I chose to trust you tonight. Without your people's ingenuity, this mission would be much harder." Suddenly, one of the containment fields flickered violently. The parasites had reacted, trying to escape detection. Lyria's hands moved faster, adjusting frequencies, weaving energy patterns that shimmered across the chamber. Aiden directed the human volunteers, guiding them to reinforce barriers, isolate rooms, and protect colonists. The next few minutes were a blur of action. Humans and Xylaris technology worked in unison, combining instinct, strength, and precision. Colonists were guided to safety zones, minor infestations were neutralized, and Aiden himself intervened to shield a group of volunteers from an unexpected surge of energy from a malfunctioning containment unit. Finally, the last flicker faded. The barriers stabilized. The colony's systems hummed steadily once again. Aiden leaned against a console, breathing hard. "We did it," he said, disbelief and relief in his voice. Lyria approached him, her expression calm but proud. "Yes, but this is only the beginning. The parasites are clever, and they will return if we are careless. That is why my duty continues night after night, protecting humans, guiding them, and combining their courage with Xylaris wisdom. That is the balance that will keep this colony safe." Aiden looked at her, understanding finally dawning. "When you whispered those words at the ceremony, you weren't threatening anyone. You were warning me, preparing me for this." "Yes," she said softly, "and now you see why it is vital. Humans are strong, resourceful, and brave. That is why my duty cannot succeed without you and your people. Together we can face threats no one else could survive." The night outside began to lighten as the first hints of dawn appeared on the horizon. The twin suns rose slowly, casting a gentle glow over the alien landscape. Aiden felt a renewed sense of determination. Humanity had faced countless dangers before, and now, on a distant planet among an alien race, they were proving themselves again. He turned to Lyria. "Then we'll face it together. Whatever comes next, we will be ready." She nodded, a faint smile on her lips. "Yes, together. That is the true meaning of duty." As they left the hidden chamber, Aiden felt the weight of the night's events settle in his mind. The parasites had been stopped for now, but he knew this was only one battle in a longer war. Still, he also knew something more important. Humans and Xylaris working side by side could rise to the challenge, and that was something worth believing in. The colony of Erythra was quiet at first light, but Captain Aiden Kane knew that the calm was only temporary. The previous night had shown him a truth he could no longer ignore. The invisible threat was cunning, persistent, and dangerous. He glanced at Lyria, who moved beside him with her usual calm grace, her silver eyes scanning the horizon as if she could see danger even in the soft morning light. "The parasites will not rest," she said quietly. "They learn from mistakes. We must act quickly or the colony will suffer." Aiden nodded, determination settling in his chest. "Then we finish this. Together." They returned to the hidden chamber where Zalaris technology hummed and pulsed with energy. Holographic displays revealed clusters of potential infestations, but this time the parasites were more aggressive. Their movements were erratic, unpredictable, and difficult to contain. Lyria's fingers flew across the consoles, weaving energy patterns to stabilize containment fields. "I cannot do it alone this time," she admitted. "Your people's ingenuity is needed more than ever." Aiden immediately rallied the human volunteers. Engineers, explorers, and colony guards moved with purpose, following his lead. He explained each step, guiding them to reinforce barriers, monitor colonists for unusual behavior, and secure vulnerable areas. Humans worked tirelessly, improvising solutions, adjusting strategies, and thinking creatively when the technology alone could not respond fast enough. "Look at them," Lyria whispered to Aiden. "Their courage and intelligence. It is why I have chosen to fulfill my duty here. Humans are remarkable. They rise to challenges others cannot." Aiden felt a surge of pride. Humanity had faced countless dangers across the stars, and here they were again, united with an alien race to protect a fragile colony. "Then let's prove it," he said firmly. The first real confrontation came suddenly. A cluster of colonists began showing signs of infection. Their movements were jerky, unnatural, and their eyes glowed faintly with a strange light. Lyria's technology detected the change immediately, sending pulses of energy to contain the affected individuals. Aiden led a small human team into the area, carefully separating the colonists from the healthy population. Using calm voices and clear instructions, they guided everyone to safety zones. One volunteer hesitated, frozen in fear, but Aiden placed a steady hand on his shoulder. "Courage," he said. "We can do this together." The volunteer nodded, inspired, and moved with confidence. Aiden realized then that humans did not just follow orders. They adapted, thought, and acted with bravery when it mattered most. Meanwhile, Lyria intensified her efforts. Energy shields expanded across the colony, trapping the parasites in isolated areas. She whispered to the systems, her voice soft but commanding, guiding the technology with precision that even humans could not replicate. Suddenly, one of the containment fields faltered. A parasite surged, attempting to break free and spread into the main colony. Lyria's hands moved faster than ever, adjusting the frequencies, but she needed physical support. Aiden stepped forward without hesitation. Together they coordinated a human-led strike to reinforce the failing barrier. Volunteers positioned energy amplifiers, engineers recalibrated devices, and guards ensured no colonist was in danger. The combination of human courage and Zalaris precision created a balance neither could achieve alone. The parasite lunged, but the containment field held. Lyria's eyes softened for a brief moment as the energy stabilized. "We are stronger together," she said quietly. Hours passed in tense action. Humans and Zalaris moved in perfect harmony, responding to threats, adjusting strategies, and protecting the colony. Each victory strengthened their confidence, each challenge proving that collaboration between species was powerful. Finally, the last parasite was isolated. The colony's systems hummed steadily, and the night of danger gave way to a peaceful dawn. Aiden looked at the settlement, noting the exhausted but relieved faces of volunteers and colonists. Humanity had faced the unknown and survived, not just through technology but through courage, ingenuity, and unity. Lyria approached him, her expression calm but proud. "Your people are extraordinary," she said. "I have fulfilled my duty, but it would not have been possible without human courage." Aiden smiled, feeling a deep respect for her. "And your duty? It saved countless lives. Together we proved something important. Humans can rise to any challenge." She nodded, her silver eyes reflecting the light of the twin suns. "Yes, and now the colony is safe. But the lesson remains: trust, courage, and cooperation will guide the future. Humans have shown me that they are capable of greatness even among the stars." The colony celebrated quietly, honoring both humans and Zalaris who had worked tirelessly to protect life. Aiden felt a sense of pride he had never known before. He had witnessed bravery, quick thinking, and selflessness that went beyond words. Humanity had faced a hidden enemy and prevailed, proving that courage and ingenuity were as strong as any alien technology. As Aiden and Lyria stood on a balcony overlooking the settlement, he asked softly, "Will you stay here now among us?" Lyria smiled faintly. Yes, my duty continues, but now it is also about guidance, friendship, and trust. Humans and Xylaris together, we can face whatever comes next. Aiden nodded, feeling a sense of hope and determination. The colony was safe, at least for now, but the stars were vast and full of unknown challenges. He knew humanity would rise to meet them just as they had tonight. Lyria whispered one final time, her words carrying meaning beyond fear or secrecy. We are finally united. No one can stop us now. Together we will protect what matters. Aiden understood completely. This was no longer just a duty, it was a partnership. Humans and Xylaris side by side, proving that courage, intelligence, and determination could triumph over any threat. And as the twin suns rose fully over Erythra, the colony stood ready for the future. A testament to human resilience, bravery, and the power of unity across worlds.